Dear viewers, tonight we bring you a story of magic, love, and hope. A story of a girl locked away in a tower with hair like rivers of gold. This is the timeless tale of Rapunzel. A lonely cottage nestled beside a garden bursts with life, a contrast to the couple's humble hut. Ilara and Thomas stand together, their eyes fixed on the vibrant garden. Their longing gazes speak of dreams beyond their reach. The lush garden teases with its abundance. The cottage, in its simplicity, whispers tales of hardship. Ilara and Thomas share a silent moment, their sensible shared desire. Inside the lonely cottage, Ilara, pregnant and weak, stands by the window, her gaze drawn to the forbidden rampion. Her eyes reflect a mixture of longing and fear as she stares at the sorceress's garden. Weakness etches her features as she contemplates the tempting greens. The rampion's allure intensifies her inner turmoil. Inside the dim cottage, Thomas's face is etched with deep concern as he witnesses Ilara's suffering. A profound decision begins to form within Thomas, hardening his gaze. Thomas's face twists with determination. Thomas steels himself to act. Under the cloak of night, Thomas approaches the huge wall of the sorceress's garden. With cautious determination, Thomas begins his ascent, each handhold tested before his weight follows. Reaching the summit, Thomas pauses, peering into the garden's forbidden depths. His target in sight, Thomas stealthily plucks the rampion leaves, his movements swift and silent. With his prize secured, Thomas begins his descent, disappearing back into the shadows. Inside the cottage, Ilara enjoys the rampion with delight. Her eyes light up with renewed vitality as she relishes the taste. Each bite seems to breathe new life into her, a visible transformation unfolding. Her cheeks regain color, mirroring her restored health. A radiant smile graces her lips as her strength returns. Next night, Thomas went again to Sorceress's garden. Under the silvery glow of the moon, he moves silently through the garden, his gaze intently locked onto the rampion. Suddenly, the sorceress appears, her presence igniting the night with raw power. Her eyes burn with an intensity that promises penalty. Her anger fills in the air. Thomas is frozen, his eyes widening as he stares at the sorceress. Beneath the moonlit veil, eerie shadows dance across the sorceress's garden. Thomas kneels before the sorceress, his face a canvas of desperation and fear. His voice trembles as he pleads with the sorceress.
Please, you must understand. It's not her fault. The darkness, it demands it.
The sorceress responds, her voice echoing with ancient wisdom.
The darkness always demands, but it is the vessel that chooses to obey.
The garden holds its breath as the weight of the sorceress's words hangs heavy in the night air. Ilara, exhausted yet glowing, cradles her newborn daughter in the dim cottage light. Without warning, the room plunges into darkness as the sorceress materializes from swirling shadows. The sorceress's voice echoes.
She shall be named Rapunzel.
Ilara looks up, startled by the sorceress's sudden appearance and decree. Years later, in the heart of an ancient forest, Rapunzel stands, her radiant golden hair a cascade of sunlight. A cloaked sorceress emerges from the shadows, her presence a blend of mystery and purpose as she guides Rapunzel. Together, they approach the enchanted tower. Its height is piercing towards the sky, a sign of destiny. The tower looms closer, its magical aura promising both shelter and imprisonment. The sorceress smiles faintly, her gaze lingering on Rapunzel, hinting at the unfolding enchantment. Under the looming shadow of the tower, the sorceress prepares to call forth Rapunzel, silencing the surrounding forest with anticipation. The sorceress's voice cuts through the stillness.
Rapunzel! Rapunzel, let down your hair!
A braid of golden hair pours forth from the tower window, a shimmering waterfall reaching towards the earth. With each upward pull, the sorceress shows determination. High above, Rapunzel gazes through the window, her eyes reflecting a deep longing for a world beyond her grasp. As the sorceress nears the summit, Rapunzel's distant gaze remains fixed, her isolation deepening with each passing moment. One sunny day, beneath the forest canopy, a prince was navigating the dense woods. The prince halts, his ears catching a melody that dances through the trees. The melody increases, drawing the prince deeper into its enchanting embrace. His face softens, a look of complete excitement washing over him as the music increases. Lost in the symphony of the forest, the prince is completely captivated. The prince remains still, utterly lost in the beautiful sound. Hidden deep within the embrace of ancient trees, the prince observes the looming tower. The sorceress stands boldly before the tower, her voice cutting through the tranquil forest. The sorceress calls, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The prince watches, unseen, as the sorceress's call echoes through the clearing. Next day, under the bright dawn, the tower looms, its shadow stretching far as the prince approaches. The prince calls out, his voice echoing in the morning air.
"Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair."
In answer to his call, a cascade of golden hair begins to descend from the tower window. The golden hair has reached the ground, ready to be climbed. The prince ascends. He steps into the tower, a realm untouched by time. Rapunzel startles, her eyes widening at the sudden intrusion. A flicker of fear dances across her face, quickly replaced by cautious curiosity. She visibly calms, recognizing the kindness in his eyes. Sunlight fills the tower, illuminating the air as the prince and Rapunzel share laughter. Days drift by as they became closer, weaving tales of dreams and longings. A comfortable understanding developed between them, heavy with unspoken emotions binding their hearts. The prince is gazing at Rapunzel, captivated by her radiant beauty and gentle spirit. Rapunzel returns his gaze, her own heart mirroring the newfound affection. Flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows across the ancient stone walls of the tower. One night, the prince appears, a mysterious bundle of shimmering silk threads held tightly in his grasp. He brought it Rapunzel to weave a ladder to escape. With practiced grace, he moves silently through the dimly lit tower room. His footsteps make no sound on the worn floorboards, as if the tower itself holds its breath. The tower room remains shrouded in mystery, the prince's purpose concealed in the shadows. Sunlight bathes Rapunzel in a golden glow as she sits pensively by the tower window. One day, Rapunzel, in her innocence, said to the sorceress,
"Why are you so much heavier than the prince when I pull you up?"
The sorceress's heart turned to stone. In a fury, a palpable tension fills the tower room as their silent power struggle unfolds. The sorceress's face transforms into a mask of cold fury, her eyes glinting with dark intent. With a surge of anger, the sorceress raises a pair of gleaming shears. The shears flash as they brutally snip through Rapunzel's radiant golden hair. Strands of Rapunzel's sliced hair fall like shimmering rain, scattering across the cold stone floor. The sorceress watches with grim satisfaction as Rapunzel's golden locks are sliced off. Under the merciless desert sun, the sorceress raises her hand, a gesture filled with dark power. Rapunzel, her golden hair shimmering like a mirage, collapses onto the scorching sand. Sorceress banished her in a lonely desert. With a swirl of sand, the sorceress vanishes, leaving Rapunzel to face the desert's wrath alone. Rapunzel lies prostrate, her radiant hair a stark contrast to the desolate landscape. The sun beats down on Rapunzel's still form, the endless desert stretching out before her. Alone and vulnerable, Rapunzel remains still, the heat rising from the sands around her. Under the cloak of night, the prince arrives at the tower's base. His voice echoes through the stillness, a desperate plea cutting through the night.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
From the tower window, a cascade of golden hair descends, shimmering like a river of light. But the golden braid is cut at the top, held only by the sorceress. The prince looks up, a flicker of hope in his eyes as the golden hair falls. Unaware, he has walked into the sorceress's trap, the night air thick with deceit. Under the veil of night, a solitary figure scales the ominous tower, swallowed by shadows. Abruptly, the sorceress emerges from the darkness, a spectral guardian blocking his ascent. Her eyes, twin embers of dark knowledge, pierce the night as tension fills the air. With chilling certainty, the sorceress declares,
Rapunzel's fate is sealed. She awaits a destiny far beyond your reach.
Under the cloak of night, the prince succumbs to profound sorrow. Driven by sorrow, he fell from the tower's height. He lands among thick thorns, the sharp sting searing his eyes. Darkness descends as the thorns cruelly rob him of his sight. Years later, under a relentless sun, a blind prince wanders aimlessly through the desert. His ripped clothes and weathered face speak of years of hardship. Each step is a sign of firm determination. He stumbles, his hands reaching out as if guided by an unseen presence. The endless area of sand mirrors the vastness of his solitude. He presses on, driven by a force only he can feel. In the endless area of the desert, Rapunzel's eyes fix on Prince. Rapunzel appears, cradling two small children twins in her arms. Overjoyed, Rapunzel rushes toward him, tears streaming down her face. As Prince hugged Rapunzel, her tears, filled with magic, fell upon his eyes, restoring his eyesight.
My sight is restored.
They embrace each other tighter, overwhelmed with joy. Overjoyed, the prince took Rapunzel and their children back to his kingdom, where they lived happily ever after.